Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am sitting here just truly filled with the presence of love. It is here with me. My heart was smiling. My face was just beaming with a smile as the intro was played. Because truly, I'm excited to get started again today. I say that like every day, right? The title and the topic of this one: healing, unlearning, reprogramming. Oh man, I think we're gonna have some fun with these topics. And here, something I was thinking about, part of the smile that grew in my face was a memory and an application, tying a lesson into today. Please forgive me. I'll just bring this out, right? For those of you who've been around a little while, you've been showing some grace with me, some understanding already. But for those of you who might be new to this Talcottian journey with Jack, I'm kind of new at this. All right. So please just try to enjoy and see what comes up from our experience today, because I'm new at this broadcasting, YouTube. I'm new at being me. Can you allow me to be new? Because bringing forth the new, sometimes we get a little nervous. We're not quite comfortable, and when we're not quite comfortable and we're nervous, that's when we make mistakes. So today, with the thumbnail, a little graffiti Jack, I thought that was actually pretty beautiful. And I can just imagine the conversation with the guy, what they're talking about. Hey, sharing your talents, your inspirations, it allows your influence to grow, sharing the good things, right? As we explore life with more curiosity and passion, the path of life and the creativity, it reveals itself. The spirit within us, the holiness, the divinity that's truly within us, carrying around our potential and the things we don't yet know. The spirit of creativity, you may spend much of your life not knowing what your passion is. I've heard stories of this, especially in the life coaching arena. You know, a lot of testimonies and success stories are shared about how people transform their lives. Regardless what age you are, if you set yourself within yourself for a little bit more curiosity and passion, giving yourself permission to have some passion, to restore some passion, to do the things that you love doing, you can discover that you've got a talent. You know, you gave up on drawing when you were a kid because mom or dad said, "Oh, that's garbage," right? And so you never picked up the pad or the musical instrument, or maybe you were afraid to have your voice be heard. All of us in the human form, this experience of people, it can drive you nuts if you allow it. But the other side of the coin, what this life is for, it's for us to be created. And what I've learned is the power of forgiveness, power of acceptance. Those things will set us free from our battles and a lot of the trauma. See, it took me a while to realize, it took me a while to accept the truth right? To remember and carry around my childhood. It took a while for me to change the story, to see the way that I was raised in a different way. Because boy, I was pissed. I was pissed off at my mom, my stepfather. I was pissed at my real dad. I didn't even know him. I was just angry, judgmental. I picked up a few bad habits along my way as a youth and as a young man. And those bad habits, they took me in directions that I really didn't want to take my being, right? And I won't go into details. I don't want to bring confusion, but we're all in this life to move past the judgment. What I found healing for myself is realizing my mom, my dad, yeah, they weren't perfect. Nobody is. And the more I considered and learned about history and considered the way my parents were raised, you know what? We are lucky to be alive. Many of us, right? Many of us are actually very lucky to be alive. Somehow we escaped that insanity we joined the world with. If you're like me, maybe you were carrying some wounds and some unresolved. You were carrying some things that prevented you from feeling peaceful, tranquil, tranquil, right? Whole with it all. The world we live in, it's so corrupted. It's so spiritually corrupted, morally corrupted. Um, it's got good people doing stupid things just so they fit in. And that's the life I lived in the past. But who I am today is I'm just like you. All of us are human experiences. We're all stories being lived at this time on earth. We started in different places. We started at different times, different advantages, different uh, handicaps, whatever. We're all living this story of life. If I'm not mistaken, here, November 15th, I think Joe Biden is somehow associated with representing men and women like me. And then Donald Trump's the next one that's supposed to be coming in. It's like all of us alive, if we can find within ourselves the humility to accept that which is true. Okay, I can explain these conclusions in many different ways, different perspectives. There's a lot of data and evidence that supports these conclusions, but in my heart of hearts, I don't feel like I'm lying when I say you and me and everyone we know, we are here to bring healing to this world. We are all here to help each other heal, interrupting the past cycles of oppression and poverty and evil. We're here to unite together with love. And love has been misunderstood by those who are raised that you got to fight for survival. Okay? Love has been lacking in the lives of many men and women, children. It's happening right now. This world we live in has a lot of evil in it, has a lot of corruption. It's shared daily on the news and it's talked about often by people who aren't directly affected. So, brothers and sisters, if we want to heal, if we want to feel healed and whole within us, it's a personal relationship between us and the truth. To me, God is the truth. And the more I think about that, the more it is logical, reasoned. Truth stands on its own. It doesn't need approval. It doesn't need to be fought for. It just stands powerfully as it is, as does love. But truth is eternal. God is eternal, right? The universe is an expression of the will of our Creator. You and I, we are a part of the will of our Creator. We were sent here to the world to become us. But who are you, right? Who are you besides your patterns and your beliefs, the paradigm that you've created for yourself? The world profits from good men and women holding themselves back from being honest, from asking honest questions, from admitting when they don't know. The world has, the world is clearly out of balance. Its evidence is everywhere. So to find the balance, we must move beyond unforgiveness and divisions. And here, I'm bouncing around. Let me try and clear this up. What makes each of us operate as we are and who we are is the belief systems we carry within us. Between that and the eternally present Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit will lead us to the goodness, but the belief systems and the pride and the confusion and the excuses and the blame and all of that corruption that people carry around, it leaves the world where it is right now. To change the belief systems, to find the forgiveness where maybe it's been lacking, it's as simple as stop being selfish. Stop being selfish with your judgment, with your excuses. Stop being selfish with the past. Stop holding on to things. The more we hold on to things and we get so attached, the more it hurts. I used to be real attached to the life I used to live. Broke my heart when it changed. I am so glad that it did, though, because allowing my life to change, to truly intentionally bring my mind and my spirit together to create more of what I want from me, that's where I found my healing. Okay? So healing comes from unlearning. We unlearn our past judgment. They shouldn't have done that. They can't do that. Says who? All of us experience whatever we experience to create us into who we become. So the challenges you faced, well, they may have been more painful than mine, and I'm sorry if they were, but there were lessons learned from the pain. There were lessons learned that we can share with others, but we don't share when we're afraid. And people won't admit their fears. They think they got it all figured out. They just know it all. Hey, I got a few notes here, but the idea of healing is unlearning from the past, reprogramming by intention. And here, there's something divine. There's something about karma and patterns, and each of us are on our own paths of development. But if this is true, praise God, man. Praise God that you and I are here today because we're sharing the answers, and I'm going to open it up. We'll have some conversations too. um so many of the haters around me, man, and I'm not saying that's in the chat right now, not at all. There was something. Oh yeah, it was pointed out that, when I debated starting earlier, it's your show, Jack. You don't have to ask permission. You're absolutely right. What I have learned to feel good about who I am, I pay attention to my conscience. Am I going to feel guilty by changing the time? Am I going to, are others going to face inconvenience or disappointment? I pay attention to my conscience, but I also don't let guilt and stuff control me. That's at least my effort. Um, a sincere blessing and thank you for being. Yes, I used to say this as a postal clerk all the time. It was kind of a joke as I've been there for so friggin' long. Um, when things got backed up, please forgive me. I'm new here. And so people are more kind when you're honest and you're humble. Hey, lizard tree, I just you guys, there's people, right? You guys, this journey we're living, brothers and sisters. I know how I sound. I can imagine how I sound. I'm as dumbfounded as you that this guy Jack is doing this every day. I go back and listen to my words. I'm like, why? Why, God? What is going on? What am I supposed to change? What am I supposed to do to be different? But do I want to be different? I don't want to be different than I am unless there's ways for me to improve. Because I spent a lot of time living with past unworthiness conditioned into my mind. Those words, I don't care. Watch yourself, please. Okay. I don't want to tell anyone what to do, but that's a red flag from myself. I don't care. Says who? Says who you don't care? And why don't you care? The I don't care, that's where our mind will start reprogramming our heart, and it'll start shutting us down, and we'll stop caring. And when you stop caring, you stop learning, you stop understanding, you stop respecting, you stop appreciating. Every one of us, I trust, has the ability. Okay, so if I can explain this right and you get the ideas, maybe you know this already, but if you take control of your mind, realize God controls the world. I control my mind, because if I don't control my mind, someone else's programs are going to run me. And the only programs I want to run in my mind anymore is love. I know there's ugly truth. I know the future that's the future that's forecasted for me. Even myself has a lot of uncertainties. I mean, hell, it's already November. Um, oh, I don't remember deleting any comment. I do remember seeing a link to another astrologer. Um, I don't know if I listened to the whole thing though. But hey, I think I caught that. I would say there's no possible higher form of love than truth. Real love is knowing right from wrong. in all its misunderstood and unrealized simplicities, and to never align with moral relativism, including any alignment to illusional authority. Brother, what he's saying there, yeah, there's no possible higher form of love than the truth. That conclusion can be supported in many different perspectives. And this is the glorious thing of truth that I found. While there may be exceptions, the truth will apply in many different layers, right? What's good for one is good for others. The truth is how we learn. And what growing up with my insecurities and my lack of worthiness, I had the mindset within myself. I didn't realize this back then, okay? But I had the mindset within myself that as long as I obeyed the rules and I met expectations of others, then there was no problems. But I didn't really think about what rules were and were not important. See, I convinced myself that my happiness, it didn't matter. I don't care about my happiness. I got to do a job and I got to do what's right. But I allowed the rules of others to become a priority over me. And I was miserable. Memories of punishment, right? And this is the way our society works. The way the school systems are set up and everything is set up, it's set up to divide, to condition obedience. The obedience is conditioned just like you do with an animal, with a beast. You condition obedience through punishments and rewards. So people haven't become civilized, they've become tamed. But the thing is when they're inauthentic, or when a human beast is feels cornered or trapped, man, they lash out and they get vicious. Whew. Nothing more dangerous than an out of control human. Netanyahu is a perfect example. Acting out true evil, others obeying his commands, and he's obeying the commands of others. For what? To glorify a fictitious state, Israel? And we've got the American government playing in the same games as this. Brothers and sisters, I am a man of faith. I am a man of love. It's time for us to join together. Other men and women of faith, other men and women of love. And it doesn't have to, you don't have to connect with me, but in your own community, in your own path. Please, it's time for those people who care to start uniting together, because as more people unite doing good things, it motivates others who aren't doing good things. And when we start supporting, when we start, actually, let me not, it's hard to know who to support in this world, especially when people are obedient to corrupted systems. The way I found, I'm going to swing us back into the topic, right? Because what truly matters is the life you live. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, all of us. What really matters is the life we are living. How do we know the life we are living? Well, it's not just what we think about the life we're living. It's about what are the facts showing? What is the evidence of what we're doing? Are we going through life, just based on programming and reactive to each day and forcing yourself through the same routine? That's kind of the American way. people have been conditioned to obey for a paycheck. And then the employer, the fictitious corporation, becomes more important than the individual's education, right? Because people got to choose, do I go to school or do I go get a job? Well, if I go get a job, I get money. If I go to school, I have to pay money. Well, let me go get 2 or 3 jobs and then I can pay for school. Does today's society make sense? No, it's not supposed to. See, the more that people are confused, the more dependent they become on authority, traditions, regulations, right? We here in America, we live, I can support these conclusions, okay? While it might be offensive, it's true. America is the land of the selfish and confused. And the selfishness and the confusion have driven everyone insane. So America is the land of the insane. What's happening in the world is evidence. It's evidence of what the world is doing. But America, the systems of the state and corporations, they've taken over mankind, and as a result of power being given to fictitious entities like government and banks and whatever else, since man has given its power away to fictitious entities, and then we live in a world where everyone's just making excuses. Oh, I'm not responsible for that. Or I can say anything I want. You know, just because I can prove myself right doesn't mean I'm wrong. We live in a world of the insane, and the insane are policing each other. So what do we do? What do we do? Hey, Fraser Crane, yeah. I got my 300 and I think $23 direct deposit. I don't even get anything. It goes from one fictitious entity into another fictitious entity, and all of a sudden when I have $300, people in town will cooperate with me. They'll actually share things with me, like energy and internet. Yeah, Swinton's birds, thank you. Fraser Crane, I think you're in the wrong place. I'm confident. I remain comfortable in the house that I paid for. Following the rules of society, I have paid for this house. So your false narratives are keeping you confused, and they're unhelpful. See, yeah, man, I know. This is the craziness. Our poll, yes, you guys see it. This is literally what Paul, our buddy Paulie Boy, has said. How dare you live in a house? You need to go to a tent. You need to be like me, bitter and angry. Hey, go find something else to do, Fraser. For others who, and actually, Fraser, you're welcome to join the the stream. Let's see how well you communicate in person instead of hiding behind a keyboard. I mean, the insanity we have witnessed. Okay, let me talk for a minute to Swintons and our Pulse. Know some of you guys have been around for a while. You got familiar with this journey. It's friggin' nuts, man. Okay, but hear me out. If I'm right that God has greater plans for Jack and live without fear, if that's true, then my life and my story is an example for the world. And that's why I've been real honest and transparent about my story, my mistakes, past mistakes, the lessons I've learned. I'm living with this idea that God is using for greater things. Should that be true, then that means that all of us are a part of this story. And each person gets to choose what part they are playing in my story. Welcome, Banana.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm feeling blessed. And you?
Oh, I'm definitely blessed. I'm eating some pizza. I got some pizza. Mm-hmm. And some hot wings. What was going on with the $300? What were you saying? Something about money and people cooperating finally?
Yeah. People want to criticize me because I oppose the corrupted governments and banking systems, yet by contract, the Veterans Association still sends me a direct deposit for my disability. So, because I haven't interrupted the contractual agreements that have been afforded to me, I've had idiots in the chat and online want to disrespect me and call me a liar. Make sense?
Not the way you tell it.
Which part? Where can I help?
So, like, are people are calling you a liar because you said you're getting like some kind of stuff that I don't get why they're calling you a liar about? They just don't believe you about anything.
Right. This is what I've been facing. These people, there's many people in the chat and who have joined my panels. They'll say anything. They have no care about what is true or not. And they want to cast me as a liar. Constant disagreements, yeah. So, does that answer? Does that help?
I mean, it's really vague. Who's saying that you're lying?
Well, how about this? You're the one who brought up the chat about the $300. Is there a reason we need to continue that?
No. We were just trying to get back on topic, remember?
Well, the topic is healing, unlearning, and reprogramming. Yet, helping people to see their patterns has been pretty challenging. Denial.
You know how to do it? You know how to send subliminal messages? You could make a video and so you flash an image across the screen and it has to be 1/3000th of a second. It's just quick enough for your mind to be able to see whatever the message is, not actually your like eyes, but your subconscious in a way gets the message, and it will make you want to do stuff. So you could be like, watch Jack Talcott cooperate with me, and then like in your video be like, hey, I'm Jack Talcott, what's up? And then every few minutes flash that image and you will subliminally get people to agree with you. You won't win their hearts, but you'll win their minds.
not trying to manipulate anyone. You have the opportunity here and now to open your mind, to see if you can learn something different. That's actually why I'm doing these live streams, is with the hopes that I will encounter people who want to learn how to be different, how to actually pursue their goals, how to create better lives. And I'm really hopeful to encounter other people who want to play in this dream where we could actually end wars and bring reforms into being.
You do
Andrew,
subliminal messages
for what purpose?
to end wars. Tell people to be nice to each other, love each other. Just put secret subliminal messages. You can use
Oh, you got it all figured out. So what prevents you from doing that?
I don't understand the technology. Only the CIA does, and a few people that do learn the technology end up dead.
Well, maybe we don't focus on what we don't know how to do then.
Well, we gotta learn how to do that, and then we could do the second thing. See, it's like a
Go
prerequisite.
ahead. Go ahead. It's your idea.
All right, I'm gonna work on it though.
All right.
They used to do it in the drive-in theater.
Mhm.
They would put these little flashes every like so
Ham
and so.
banana.
Yeah.
I know. This is what I've been speaking about, is propaganda and mind control have been proven to be very effective in the world.
I know. So let's do it, man.
Let's do what?
Control the masses with mind control.
I'd prefer that you just actually took what I'm doing seriously. Tommy?
Put him back up here. Nobody takes what you do seriously. That's how I discern half of this community.
I had a good plan, didn't I?
Not the thing with the bang bangs and his ex-wife now. Makes me wonder whether
What
you
can
really
I offer you,
comprehend.
Tom?
Nothing.
I don't know what you're. I don't know
here.
what you're talking about, Tommy. We're talking about mind control.
Right. I think Satan said that mind propaganda, mind control was very effective in the past.
Yes.
In the past, it was very effective with his
Today.
wife. Mom.
It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
called-
like,
It's called algorithms and advertising.
Well, there's a level of that that's not actually manipulation, but trying to find you the best product that you might need.
So they say.
No, I can explain the things you don't want to know.
Great, you're right, but it doesn't mean what I said is wrong.
What you say most of the time is wrong.
Well, okay, Ham Banana, this is an example. Anything I
notice
say
how-
is perceived
Did you
as
notice how
wrong.
Caucasian Sasquatch cornered you and he wasn't even mean about it?
No.
Because you looped all your regular games in there. You tried, whenever you were out of the regular loop, you went to praising him. And he said, no, it's not about.
Have a good day, Tom. And, you know, I'm not sure
man.
what's that?
I'm the chicken man because I had hot wings.
Yeah. You appear to me like a juvenile child, unaware of what is happening.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because of your behavior and the way you present yourself.
You, in my mind, seem like you present yourself like something drastic or crazy is happening when nothing serious or bad's happening at all right now.
No, I don't care what you think.
Well,
honestly.
then I don't care what you think then, honestly.
Right. Here's the right. The problem is your juvenile behavior, which I was confronting, while you want to deflect and manipulate the conversation back. I don't play these games. Actually, I see through your games.
All you
And
do is play games, Jack. You keep putting me
Tell you what,
backstage because you're
okay.
playing a game.
No, I'm done. You're the child playing games with my live stream, just like Tommy in the back. Tommy, your games are foolish, arrogant, they're unhealthy. And Tom, I'm not going to deal with you up here either, nor have you in the back trying to build some record to use against me. He's this well, he had a restream of the stream. Hey, which by the way, folks, if you missed it, there was a wonderful conversation yesterday with Caucasian Sasquatch. It's available on his channel and mine. All right, Tom, I'll cooperate with you. You are banned. The topic: healing, unlearning, reprogramming. You can see how persistent the egoic mind can be. It's very evasive, very manipulative. It's very selfish. But what the egoic mind will do, the juvenile patterns that really don't take the wrong things seriously. That's what the egoic mind will do, the character that's being played. It'll miss out on what is important. And what is important is love. What is important is the truth. And I've explained this before, and actually, so I don't keep repeating myself, I think I may just I may start wrapping up pretty soon here. But I've mentioned it before. If you can accept the words, and for anyone who's new, maybe hasn't heard these ideas before, play with it for yourself. In my relationship with life, the life that I am living, I've humbled myself to accept and be grateful for the man who I used to be, and all of the men and women who helped me become the man who I used to be and who I am today. So I found myself becoming comfortable with me. And as I got comfortable with me in the present day, it allowed me to wonder what really controls me. Why do I feel the ways that I do? Here's where I'm at. I've devoted myself to God. I invite you. Try it for yourself. I know God is the truth. Devote your life to the truth. Growing in the truth, discovering the truth, sharing the truth. Truth brings wisdom. Wisdom brings answers. Truth is Lord of my life. And throughout the day, facts, including the ideas that surface in my mind. Those ideas are facts in my experience, but they're options. Everything is information, and I live moment by moment with love in my heart, in my thoughts, and in my body. I've been focusing on healing me, bringing balance into the many perspectives of who I am, and it comes through acceptance. There's no reason to judge. There's no reason to blame. There's no reason to hate. There is reason to celebrate, even when it hurts, even when you're alone. You can find reasons for anything in your life. And those reasons can become excuses, or those reasons can bring you forward. But what I found for myself, God is the truth. I go to God to know the truth, and then I align myself with that which is true. So become true. That's all the world is asking for. The world is asking for people to become true. And the truth is, The truth is oneness, wholeness, unity. The truth is love. Love from the heart, right? Answers from the heart. That's where the truth really comes from. So if you're not honest with yourself, you're carrying around this bitterness or these battles or competitions, or if you're carrying around chaos within you, you're nuts. Okay? Those who believe in delusions are not sane. And the world has been run by insane people because we have corrupted systems that reward selfish liars. To confront these selfish liars, we've got to unite together, to become whole, to be willing to step up, step out. And brothers and sisters, I don't know who's going to hear these words, but maybe you know someone. Maybe an idea will come into your head. Hell, my goal is to speak with Donald Trump. Now, let's find a way, let's play a part in bringing salvation to the world. Salvation is found through the truth, right? And the truth reveals, the truth brings us to love. Love brings us to the truth. We can create a world where wars, people are no longer profiting from wars. And we can create a world that doesn't reward selfish liars. All we got to do is find a way. It's waiting for us to do. Waiting for us to create. The new world is coming true. Or it's not. I might be wrong. But brothers and sisters, I'm going to wrap it up here because I'm seeing my topics. I'm kind of bouncing around and I don't want to add to the confusion. I hope to share some inspiration, some encouragement. You are within you, within me is the light of God that is here in the present moment waiting to come forth. The darkness, the bitterness, the confusion, if you notice that stuff, that's your programming, okay? Overcome it. Seek help. Ask others, hey, how do I get rid of this? Ask the heavenly being. You know what? If you want some help, reach out. If you're willing to face the darkness within yourself and you want some help trying to reprogram the ideas and the beliefs that you carry, the best way is to talk about it. And I'm a man who's always willing to talk. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you again. If you haven't yet, please do the subscribe thing, invite others. There is a crazy story going on here. I don't know what's going to happen between today and tomorrow. Will the family reunite? Will Jack make a breakthrough? Is it, oh, it's Friday night. Who knows? Let's tune back in tomorrow or in the future, and we'll see where love leads us. Thank you again. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all.